Hi there. Today you join me in the back of an old BMW 7 Series. Now why am I holding a teacup and saucer? Well, since we're so classy today, this is a metaphor. Yes, classy people use metaphors. Now this little teacup and saucer aren't very extravagant. They don't really cost a lot of money, but they gave me the image of being just a little bit higher, a little bit more classy than other people. Now that is the same thing with the 7 Series. Now it's an old car. It doesn't cost a lot of money, but it does make you look classy. Let's explain that in this video. Today you join me. I'm driving a 2004 BMW 745i. Not a 745li. What's a Li? Well, the L just basically stands for long wheelbase, okay? So this one is the regular wheelbase, just the I. Now the 745, what engine powers this car? Okay, it's probably going to be a V8, which it is. It's actually a 4.4 liter naturally aspirated V8 engine. It's quite a good engine. It's very smooth, gives good power. The performance figures on it aren't bad, but they aren't great also. I mean, it's an old car. So the engine produces 325 bhp, about 240 kilowatt actually, and 440 newton meters of torque. Top speed limited to 250 kilometers per hour, and the 0 to 100 is around about 6 seconds. Not too many people care about the 0 to 100 figures in the top speed, but I do. That's why I just like to say that. So the 745i. Now this is an old BMW. An old BMW, well, a lot of people love them. For example, the BMW 325iS. There's a lot of examples. I'm not going to go into them. But the 7 Series, especially this shape, I can't remember what the code name is. It's 2004 shape. It was a bit controversial. Some people hated it, other people loved it. There wasn't anyone that was like in the middle. Well, I guess I'm also not in the middle. I like this car. The looks, although, were the most controversial. Many people hated it. They said it was too bulky, it was too round and bulbous, and well, I'm not going to get into it. Although I want to talk about the interior. The interior on this BMW 7 Series is, in my opinion, one of the best interiors, well, ever designed. Because BMW designed this interior in such a way, it's so classy, they could use the same kind of layout and kind of setup for the next 10, 15, even 20 years, which they are using. If you look at a BMW 7 Series, a brand new one, brand spanking new, I'm talking 2017, you will see some characteristics from this interior. It's not a bad thing at all. It just shows they really designed a fantastic interior. This interior, in fact, is so good, I think it even looks better than the S-Class that was of this model. Even a slightly newer S-Class, the 2007 shape. I think this interior looks better than that one. Let me show you some of the cool features and details that actually went into this interior. This interior is just absolutely fantastic. You know, they really designed this interior in a way that makes you think that they thought of you. I mean, all the materials, the layout, just look at the quality of this wood. The grain is absolutely fantastic. The quality of this leather is so nice, and this is a 2004, and look how well the seats have aged. Shows they used good leather. You know, it's just a fantastic place to sit. In front of me, I've got this nice big steering wheel with all buttons and gear shifter buttons at the back of it also. This is quite a big steering wheel, but it suits the car. Big steering wheel for a big car. Layout of the center console. If we open up here, we've got a little storage space, the iDrive controller, which I don't even have to mention because this model of iDrive, it's the first generation. It's horrible, as everyone knows. These cup holders made out of actual aluminium. This wood, how the ashtray opens. Now look at these two little places here. Let's open the first one up. We've got a little place to put stuff such as your sunglasses. And then look, if we push the second one, it's actually got a cell phone. Now many old cars do have cell phones, but this one, if we just eject it, it's just, look at that. Then if we move a little bit up, we push this thingy right here, and look, it's another place to put your numbers in, and it's kind of another cell phone actually. We press that button, got our glove box, CD shuttle, nice big screen, air conditioning, everything. This interior is one of the finest of all the cars that I've seen. It really is a fantastic place to be. Even if you sit in the back seats, more than enough room, comfortable. There's nothing more that I can say. It's just a fantastically thought out interior made with passion, and they were proud of what they did, and they did a fantastic job. That's all I can say. How is the 745i to drive for an old big car? It's fantastic. When you drive older big cars, it makes you think, how can brand new ones be so much better? I mean, they are going to be better, it's a given, but so much better, a whole world of a difference? It's hard to think that, because this car, it's so soft, it's so relaxing to drive, it's so airy and spacious. The steering is pretty good, nice and soft and numb. The gearbox is a 6-speed automatic. It's a smooth gearbox, responsiveness on the fence, but it's a fantastic car to drive. You really, for the money, you can't even buy a new VW Polo nowadays, and you can get so much of car for your money if you buy one of these. Now, I'm not suggesting to you that you should buy one of these, because, well, repairs are going to kill you, but if you are considering it, make sure on the 7 Series to check out for suspension problems, electronic problems. Well, there's a lot of problems, just make sure you check the car out properly. So this has a 4.4 litre naturally aspirated V8. Let's see if we can hear it. Not bad. Not bad. You do get a little bit of a V8 rumble, but they've kind of toned it down just to be more relaxed and more refined and stuff. It's a nice combination. I like it. I think the 745 engine is a good engine. So this old Beamer actually has steering mounted shift paddles. Not really paddles, they are buttons. But there's actually 4 buttons to shift gears. Yes, 4 buttons. Now, I was confused at first when I drove it, okay? There's 2 silver buttons on the steering wheel facing you, and there's 2 facing the speedometer. Now the 2 facing you are actually to shift down, I think. Wait, let's put it in sport, manual, press the 1, yes. So when you press the 1 that faces you, it shifts down. And if you press the 1 facing the speedometer, it shifts up. Huh. That's different. At least they were trying new things back then. Actually, the responsiveness is not terrible, if I'm honest, now that I drove it. Not too bad. So you can press any of the 2 in front to shift down and any of the 2 at the back to shift up. Not a bad system. Well, for the year model. So relaxing to drive. Soft and wallowy and big. Spacious and airy. And these seats are so comfortable, they're nicely bolstered. I don't think this car has massage seats, although I haven't checked, to be honest with you. But you don't really need them. You can adjust the bolstering and it's so comfortable. For the money, come on, you can't really get more car than this if you buy a BMW 7 Series and S-Class and all the XJ, maybe an LS460 Lexus, and all the 8. It's great value for money. But the reason people don't buy them is repairs, maintenance. If something has to go wrong, let's say the gearbox has to fail on this car, it's going to cost you the amount that you paid for the car just to fix that up. So unfortunately, that's why people don't really buy old cars anymore. They're just not worth it to maintain, and they really got to be special for a person to actually consider buying them. And the 745i, is it a good car? Of course it's a good car. But is it special? I don't think so.